Hey everyone, welcome to the special session by Plumfind team. I'm Shiv and today we are diving deep into a topic that is becoming absolutely crucial for hotel marketers, server-side tracking. With the increasing limitations around browser, cookies, iOS restrictions and third-party tracking, you need new ways to track, measure and optimize your bookings with full accuracy. And that's where server-side tracking steps in. I am joined by our in-house experts, tech experts Jingfei, our CTO, and Arushi and Ali, our talented software developers, who are building advanced tracking systems tailored specifically for hotel businesses like yours. In this session, you will not only understand what server-side tracking is, but also where it fits in your hotel marketing funnel, the challenges you might face, and how Plumfind is solving them through smart implementations. So stay tuned. This session is packed with practical insights designed to boost your conversion accuracy and help you to make smarter marketing decisions. Enjoy the show. Let's start with Jingfei, who she will give an introduction in between, and then maybe we can go ahead on this.
Thank you, Shiv. So as Shiv mentioned, Google when usually when business using Google Analytics using different kind of pixel to track the user behavior on their website is they save part of the data locally on the customer on the clients on the website visitors local machine as in the cookie section, but because of there's more of but because of the local regulations, more and more hotels they claim that they are asked to add the cookie consent pop-up to block the cookie access to the client side. The website visitors, website users, local machine. In that case, the GTM, the Google Tag Manager, or traditional Google Analytics tracking is not fully functional. The data that they collect is not accurate anymore. For example, the page referral, the page source information is missing, like in most of the cases. So because we saw more and more this kind of issue, so we developed a solution that can at least improve this the tracking behavior in front of the cookie consent issue. So so what we do is we use a server-side tracking, and we host our server on the cloud. And in terms of the server, we can host the server to in a location that close to your own server, the on-premise server, and so that we can guarantee you the most fastest speed in terms of data transition. And like our server, we already know that there's a lot of solution already available online. For example, there's many articles recommend to use Google Cloud to host a server, but we find that the issue with Google Cloud is sometimes is from time to time is losing the data. So, for example, there are many for example, there are 100 visitors visit the website, but maybe on Google Cloud is only collected the data for 50%. So Google right now doesn't have a solution for that. And also we found so we decide to develop our own solution for that. We host our own server on the cloud, so that during the sending request process, we can collect some data that that custom to your need, according to the business need. For example, if you want to get some source, you want to pass some page source information, and then we can fetch the data during the during on the from the server. So this is something that can be customized depending on the customer need. So in order to see what it looks like, what's the difference between the client-side tracking and the server-side tracking, what it looks like on the GA4 report, Arushi can give you a more detailed demo about that. Arushi?
Thank you to Jingfei and Shiv for the introduction, and Jingfei for explaining clearly what the issue is and our solution to it. So now I'll go on to present like a demonstration of exactly what the issue is in client side and how server side like resolves this issue. So just to confirm, can everyone see my screen? Like Shiv and
Yes, we can see your
okay.
screen.
Okay. So like to demonstrate, like there'll be two things I'll be demonstrating. One is like how the data is lost in client side when we have very strict privacy settings in our browsers. And the second is to show how we are able to track the user across different domains, as in cross-domain tracking. So now, just to show you what happens in the browsers, is usually they have these privacy settings in the browser settings, and if you can see in tracking prevention, currently I've put it to very strict, meaning that it will block majority of the Google Manager tags, and as well as the other thing would be to, in terms of privacy, we are set we're asking that the websites do not like you send a do not track request to the website. So to demonstrate, this is an external website that from where we will be redirecting to our hotel demo website, and I will click the test booking button, which redirects me to my hotel website. And if you can see on the bottom left corner, you have the cookie consent. And right now I'm going to say reject all. So what reject all does is it does not it sends like it tells the website that the user does not want to be tracked across the domains meaning we have two domains. One is the hotel domain and the booking domain, which is typically what is there in real scenarios on hotel websites. And so right now we will go to the rooms website, sorry, the rooms page on the hotel website. And if you can see in the URL, we have two parameters. One is Plum ID and Plum third party. So the Plum ID is basically an randomly generated ID that we are using to track the user between two domains. And since this is randomly generated, it's nowhere connected to the user. So that also complies with GDPR laws, because usually you will have things like session IDs and other parameters that are tracking the user. But if the user says reject all, that does not allow, like it will not be reflected in the GA4 report. And the second parameter is a Plum third party, which is the if you saw previously, it is the website from which we were redirecting to the hotel website. And if you see, both the parameters are consistent or remains the same across all pages of the hotel website. And when we go to the booking website, it is consistent as well. So in that way we are able to show that like it's a single session rather than maybe two sessions, because usually what will happen is when you say reject all, because there is no cross domain tracking, it may consider the hotel website and then navigation to the booking website as two different sessions. But here we can consolidate the two, like to consolidate and let the clients know that, or like the hotel people know that it is actually one session. And I'll go ahead and do a test booking and click confirm booking. So now I'll show you the GA4 reports and see what it looks like when the browser settings are quite strict. Yeah. And okay, so now we see this is the client side GA4 report. We see no active users in anywhere. But when we go to the server side, we actually see that there's an active user, which was basically me visiting the website a minute ago. And this basically shows that what happens is when the browser settings are extremely strict, all the tags, GTM tags get blocked. But in server side, because we are not, it is not able, the browser is not able to identify that we are actually sending it to a server rather than GA4 directly. So it allows like us to send the data to the server, and we can see like the events in the GA4 report. However, in the client side, we cannot see anything. Like there is no data available. So what it goes back to what Jingfei was talking about, wherein we can, like, there is data loss happening in the client side when we just use client side. But when we use server side, the we are able to retain most of the data, or like at least improve on the amount of data that we can see in GA4 reports. Another thing to show actually is perhaps the what is actually being blocked. I will share my like this website screen again. And if you go to your settings in this is Microsoft Edge, the browser I'm using is Microsoft Edge. If you go to your settings and you go to your privacy settings and
Sorry to
go to prevention, yeah,
Arushi,
sorry,
sorry to cut you off. Could you please share your screen again? We are not able
yeah,
to share.
oh sorry, yes, I can. uh, are you able to see it now?
Yes, we see now.
Okay. So as I was saying before, if you go to your browser, once you visit the website, if you go to your browser settings and you go to tracking prevention, and in that you go to blocked trackers, you can actually see that your Google Manager tags are being blocked. And if you see, these are the websites we visited. This What Next Now was the external website, and Hotel Plum Demo and Booking Plum Demo are our websites for demo websites for showing the cross domain tracking. And we're seeing that the Google trackers are blocked. But that happens only in the client side. But in the server side, these trackers are not blocked. They are being sent to the data is being sent to the servers, and from the servers, it's going to the GA4, is going to GA4 to get populated. So in that sense, this is the solution that we came up with regards to the data loss that is occurring on the client side when it comes to things like consent settings and browser settings as well. And also we can see that increasingly like browsers are getting much better at tracking prevention. So like this server side tracking solves a lot of those potential issues. And with that, I end my demonstration, and thank you.
That's that's amazing. Like I'm like I do have few questions when you were showing the things, but I see a lot of potential here because as far as Zingfei also talking about this, um, not getting the exact data that you might need for your business decisions or market decisions. That's like this, like you are wasting your money in on the advertising platforms if you're not getting the right data out of it. So one question here I do have is, if someone clicks on the reject all, is there any specific parameters or specific data that is saved in server, or is it like complete data has been transferred to server and in browser it is blocked? So I just want to know the whenever whenever we deploy the server side for any business, is it 100% accurate, or there's a always a little bit of a margin, like some data might lose, but at least you'll be able to collect most of the data. So that's the question, like if
We
anyone wants to.
definitely can collect more data compared to the client-side tracking, but depend on the difference, because the different business, they use different cookie consent pop-up services. So their setting on the pop-up is varies. So what we can do is depend on your business's custom what your business consent settings. We can adjust our server-side tracking based on your need, and so that we do our best to help you to collect more accurate data.
So okay, wait. Interesting. Thank you, Zingfei. So the question is, previously, if I am a hotel owner, previously I never paid for these services, like browser used to send me. I just used to pay for Google Ads and Facebook Ads, and I used to get the data. Now this is an additional thing that comes to my pocket. So any idea, any amount of like lump sum you can give, so that I can understand, like this will be a monthly cost I need to bear to run the business. Like if I am spending, let's say, 3,000 a month, in Google Ads. So is it related with the how much money I'm spending on Google Ads, or uh, like I need to understand the budget, like because I'm interested in these kind of solutions, because I want data, but how much money it gonna cost me to set up these kind of things?
There's no fixed fee like a
Okay.
subscription right now. It's part of the reason is because it's depend on the website traffic volume itself. So if a website they have a lot of traffic on daily basis, then we need to provide a more powerful server
Okay.
convert the data, to transfer the data in time. Uh, but is most of the cost will be allocated to the setting step. Once the entire server is set up, and maintain the server side tracking server itself is not costly.
So it depends on the number of traffic or number of visitors people are coming to my website. Okay. So any, like, Ali, do you have any comments or anything that you want to add in this particular thing? Because I think, and if you want to mention any use case that comes to your mind regarding the server side solution.
Yeah, actually, Jingfei and Arushi explained well, but maybe I can emphasize the other points, or the points that they mentioned. I mean, yeah, clearly the server side tracking is much better than client side, because uh, you know we have to follow the conversion rates. So, and also the tags that we use, for example, um, a customer click the purchase button or booking button, but if we can't see it, there's no meaning for giving, spending money on ads or something. So yeah, like client side tracking can be a traditional way to do it. Maybe, yeah, like you can still choose the client side tracking if, let's suppose that your clients just click the accept all when it comes to cookies, or yeah, let's suppose that they don't have any ad blockers
Yeah.
extension, or and also let's again suppose that the best case, they don't use some browsers like Safari or Firefox,
Yeah.
or even you have to check, as Arushi showed, you have to check that. I mean, you have to assume that they have not strict um,
Yeah.
settings on browser. So in the best case, maybe client side and server side tracking has similar outputs, but like, to be honest, and yeah, me and my friends and all the team, all the people we know, just we click reject all, because we don't want to be tracked by others, let's say.
Yeah.
But in here, actually, we somehow, actually not somehow, but Arushi showed that we skip that point and collect those data anonymously. And yeah, we didn't actually talk about the technology we use, but uh, I mean, we use AWS for let's say collecting our data in server side tracking. I mean, yeah, I guess I shouldn't get into details for that. If you have questions, of course you can ask. And also the point that we bring as a initiative part, let's say, the innovation that we put into this task, actually, as Arushi showed, there was a Plum ID that provide us to tracking, like cross-domain tracking. Actually, let's suppose we have a hotel website in Montreal, but like when someone wants to book a room, they will go to another website, the booking website, the another website, the different than our domain. And we want to actually, like, for sure, we would want to track that. Let's say, okay, client clicked the book button and went to another website. So what happened in that website? Normally we don't know, but with our solution, actually, we can provide results and show some data about it, if a client purchased that room or they just cancel it somehow. So yeah, that's why server side tracking and cross domain tracking is very important in that case for uh, conversion rates. Also, I mean, we didn't mention, but I can say maybe briefly, thanks to the server side tracking, let's say, do SEO scores are very important. So server side tracking actually helps to make the websites faster compared to client side tracking, because on client side tracking, the let's say third party scripts are into the browser, so it makes actually a little bit slower the websites, and it decreases the SEO points actually. So yeah, like, server side tracking is fantastic thing.
Yeah.
And when you get some cross domain tracking solutions, as we did, yeah, it becomes much better. So I would just say that those, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you so much, Ali. That the pace speed part, I as a marketer, I can totally agree with this, because as as just to track every event of the user, we put a lot of load on GTM by adding a lot of tags, and that definitely might slow up the speed of the website. And my my question is there any change will gonna happen on Google Analytics? Because my team see the data from GA4 only. and makes decision out of it. So will it impact the GA4 data as well, and how it gonna impact the GA4 data? That's my question. Like, if you can help me to understand that particular scenario, because I understand we will track that data, like we'll see user going from here to there, and from from the landing page to the booking platform. But what will be the result out of it? Like, how, what kind of scenario I'll be able to see on GA4? Because my team takes the reports, all the reports from GA4 only. So can you help me to understand that? And that will be my last question, because I am completely like with this server side solutions. And but last question is just about trying to understand the analytics and reporting part at the end of it, that because that will be, that will impact my business, that will impact the business decisions of my business. So if you can help me to understand this,
Well,
anyone. Yeah.
thank you, Shiv. So the majority of the content in GA4 report will stay the same. Like if you mean the event, for example, the event report, the e-commerce report, they are all in the same places. There's no change of the layout, but you will expect the more accurate result for for many of the information. For example, like if without the server side tracking, if you have the pop-up on your website, then you will probably will see a higher page source allocated to direct source. So on the report, it will showing people come directly in to your website, not through the ads. But actually, it's not the fact, because you are running the ad campaign. So with the server side tracking, you will see, okay, there's more traffic allocated to the ads. The page source is a certain Google ads or Meta ads, anywhere that you run the ads campaign. So you will expect the more accurate result, more reasonable result, and depending on your need, we can have some other information as a plus. So something that not directly shown in the GA4 report, because we know that normally the GA4 report, you can only see the some predefined report defined, like provided by Google, and there's no so much freedom in terms of generating your own report. But we can help you to generate the report based on the information that you need. For example, if you really want some kind of data specifically, we can help you to generate the report that's based on your need, instead of like this kind of report. That what I mean is you cannot see directly from the GA4 easily, but we can help you to further clean and process the data, so you can get more clear idea of the information that you want.
And just to add to that, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Just to add,
go for it.
yeah, just to add to that, like we did a couple other tests as well for different browser settings, and what we can see is, like, we understand I think one of the most important things for marketers and salespeople is the purchase events that are being passed on to J4. And in some of the test cases, we did see that because the purchase event is sometimes a custom event in Google Tag Manager, it actually gets blocked by the browser. While you would have like the basic page view events being passed to GA4, events like custom events like purchase tags, like purchase is actually blocked. So then the marketer does not know how many people have, how many users have, say, done purchases. That number would be
Yeah.
a little less on the client side, but on the server side, it would actually be like you'd actually be able to see the like an improvement in the number of people who are like doing purchases on the booking website. So like that is another additional benefit of server side tracking. And like I hope this answers your like question, Shiv,
Yeah.
like what me and Jingfei mentioned. Thank you.
I hope this session helped you to understand the real world value of server side tracking, especially in the context of hotel marketing where every conversion counts. We explored the technical landscapes, walked through the real use cases, and addressed the limitations and regulatory challenges around the consent mode, attribution, and data reliability. Big thanks to Zingfei, Arushi, and Ali for breaking it down so clearly. These are the folks making the behind the scenes tech work seamlessly for hotel brands. If you're a hotel business looking to improve your marketing attribution, protect your ad spend, and get cleaner data, you are exactly who we built this for. Reach out to us at Plumfind and let us see how we can implement this solution for your brand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.